Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin.
Threats of industrial actions by private security guards have been averted. Jamaica launches first world-class kitchen in the Caribbean. And later in sports, West Indies face Australia in crucial T20 this evening.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Carrie Ann Simpson. Here are the details. We begin with a TVJ News follow-up. Threats of industrial action by private security guards have been averted. Following a meeting Wednesday between Guardsman Group of Companies and the Union of Clerical, Administrative and Supervisory Employees UKs, an agreement has been reached to address the welfare concerns outlined by the security guards. Both parties have also committed to periodic meetings to advise on any changes which may occur. TVJ News understands that during the meeting, G4S Guardsmen provided a full explanation of the technical issues that contributed to the undue delays, adding that strategic steps have been outlined to ensure it does not recur in the future. Jamaica now has the first world-class kitchen in the Caribbean. This following the official launch of the Gastronomy Academy of Jamaica on Wednesday. Kimberly Petty reports.
Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says the launch of the Gastronomy Academy of Jamaica is a significant milestone in Jamaica's culinary evolution. The state-of-the-art facility is designed to train and certify chefs as well as professionals in the hospitality sector to be suited for a global standard. But Mr. Bartlett pointed that
we're not simply launching an academy. We are igniting a culinary revolution that will reverberate across the island and throughout the Caribbean.
The academy is a collaboration between the Jamaican government and the American Hotel and Lodging Educational Institute. Mr. Bartlett further highlighted the academy's significance to Jamaica's culinary landscape.
The Culinary Academy then embodies the emergence of our rich culinary tradition and world-class training. And that's what is going to be necessary to drive this luxury side of our pivot. We now have the first world-class kitchen in the Caribbean right here at our convention center.
He noted that the academy is not merely about teaching cooking techniques, but that
it is about securing Jamaica's rightful place in the global culinary conversations.
Kimberly Petty for TVJ News.
Agriculture Minister Floyd Green says the addition of another tractor will help significantly boost production in St. Thomas. Speaking to farmers in Golden Grove recently, he explained that the new tractor brings the parish total to 3.
We are embarking on a model that will engage private tractor owners to be able to supply their tractor services through RADA to the farmers at a subsidized rate. So what will happen in a sense is that RADA is now compiling a database of private tractor owners. Clearly, they have to fit some criteria. Tractors have to be in good condition. The drivers have to be able to operate the tractors well. And then the farmers would come to RADA just as they would for our tractor service, but we will be leasing for the farmers these tractors, but they will pay the same rate and rather will take on the difference.
Together with other investments in equipment, the new tractors are expected to help increase production on former sugar lands for which 34 farmers now have official land titles.
We're looking to secure 30 pieces of equipment in this financial year. We already have the budget, so we're doing some walk behind tractors so some people can single man tractors, so it will be easier for them. We're doing some rotavators, some harvesters, some soil augers, and some drones. And we will be introducing a drone service so that things like fertilization, clearing of the land using chemicals will be easier for our farmers.
The People's National Party candidate for St. James West Central, Dr. Andre Houghton, is promising to address several plaguing issues if the party forms the next government. Improper garbage collection has been a widespread issue across St. James, and now public health officials have been battling a rodent infestation. For the PNP's candidate for St. James West Central, Dr. Andre Horton, this issue must be dealt with once and for all.
We have to now take cleanliness seriously. Cleanliness is godliness, and we cannot have our beautiful tourism city and it is looking like this. It don't make any sense. And we need this to be addressed ASAP. We need the relevant authorities to come in and deal with it.
Turning to the issue of land titles, Dr. Horton says a PNP government will amend the Registration of Titles Act of 1833 to lessen the time for citizens who occupy government land to own it.
Land titling has been a big issue across the length and breadth of the constituency, and the people, they need a member of parliament who want to see them get their land titles. Many of these land titles can be issued with just a signature, but the member of parliament haven't gone to the office to put her signature on the paper to say, yes, give these people the land title. Time come for a better Jamaica. Time come for us to care about the land titling of our people.
He's further promising that bad roads in St. James West Central will be a thing of the past.
As these roads are a part of the government plan, and we need these people to be able to get their roads fixed. Time come for a better life. Time come for a better Jamaica. Time come for us to fix bad roads like these across the communities for the people who depend on us.
More Jamaicans are turning to primary health care. This as Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the system continues to improve. Shamila Pullen reports.
Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton, speaking at the recently upgraded Jacksontown Clinic in Trelawney, pointed to steady improvements in the country's health sector. This comes despite ongoing criticism from the opposition, which has claimed the system is in crisis.
Last year, we saw 300,000 more visits to our health centers than the year before. 250,000 less visits to our hospitals than the year before. So it is a major policy success. Now, we may want to ask the question, why is it that more people go into the health center? Because once we refresh them, upgrade them, equip them, and put people in them, more community folks want to stop there before they go anywhere else.
According to Dr. Tufton, the rise in patient visits and stronger community engagement reflect growing confidence in the public healthcare system.
We have to be careful also that we don't get into a situation where we speak about healthcare, as I have heard some do, as being a crisis without understanding the complexity of healthcare. And it's more disappointing when it comes from those who should know better, because they have worked in it, they have seen it, and indeed, they have had a chance to influence it in the past, and they were crying crisis or wolf from the time when they had a chance to make those changes.
Residents in the surrounding communities have welcomed the upgrades to the Jackson Clinic and have expressed satisfaction with the improved services and greater access to care.
When the clinic closed, I used to hear a lot of argument going around. One said they say, go and be cemetery almost full. So they say, go and turn the cemetery over here and use the health center as the rest of the cemetery. I always said to them, say, no, I feel wait until you're gone. So this evening, I am overjoyed.
I'm marginal. Me live and me have to drive go to Clarkstown and blah blah blah. Me go down there and come on. Me want it back.
So you're gonna visit back?
Come on. Too glad.
The facility was upgraded at a cost of $23 million. Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
Meanwhile, Dr. Tufton noted that the COVID-19 pandemic serves as a true test of the country's healthcare system. He says any lingering doubts about the system's strength and resilience would have to be removed from the minds of Jamaicans following the national response to the crisis.
So take COVID. Unless you were born in 100 years ago, which I don't think any of us here would have, or indeed very few in Jamaica, none of us would have known or expected or certainly contributed to resolving the last 100-year crisis that COVID posed to us. that's a context where if you have to assess our response and the current state of affairs in public health, you would have to assess it within the context of how the government dealt with COVID.
Members of the public who have matters scheduled at the Green Island outstation of the Hanover Parish Court will now have to travel to Lucy. It follows the temporary closure of the outstation by the Court Administration Division to facilitate extensive remedial work. In a statement issued Thursday, the agency said the closure became necessary due to critical structural deficiencies that require urgent attention. Kadej Jarrett Fletcher is Director of Communications at the division.
Island outstation have been relocated to the Hanover Parish Court in Lucy until further notice. Litigants and members of the public are asked to contact the Hanover Parish Court at 876-553-6956 where they are unsure of their court dates. The Court Administration Division appreciates the understanding and cooperation of our court users, staff, and stakeholders as we remain committed to providing safe, secure, and accessible court services across the island.
Culture Minister Olivia Grange has announced that the Jamaica 63 logo will be unveiled at the finale of the Jamaica Festival Song Competition scheduled for tomorrow. This will mark the start of celebrations planned for the month of August. Speaking on Smile Jamaica on Thursday, Minister Grange said the parish galas will be held island-wide.
Because the capacity is limited at the stadium, we are doing parish galas.
Okay.
So persons don't have to come in from the country.
Because they will have one in there.
You'll have your own gala in the parish capital. And we want to encourage folks to stay in your parish and enjoy what is being offered there.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. It's now time for the Business Minute. Tradewinds Citrus says it will be converting several acres of its citrus plantation to grow crops such as sorghum and corn in order to feed its cattle. The aim is to cut back on feed imports, strengthen supply chain reliability, and boost the sustainability of its operations. Managing Director Peter McConnell says the move is not an abandonment of citrus production, but rather a diversification of the company's production base. Further afield, Intel says it has mostly completed its planned layoffs. The struggling chip maker announced plans to cut 15% of its workforce last quarter in attempts to launch a comeback with a more agile organization. This quarter, it still posted a net loss of $2.9 billion. That's nearly double its loss during the same period the prior year. But Intel stock is up nearly 12% since the start of this year, suggesting investors are confident in the direction the company is going. And that's it for the Business Minute. Time now for the top stories from around the world.
In the region, Barbados has welcomed a historic opinion issued by the International Court of Justice on the responsibility of state for climate change. The UN court ruled that countries can sue each other over climate change, including over historic emissions of plant-warming gases. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Moore-Motley has described the decision as a major win for small island developing states in their fight against the climate crisis. The Prime Minister said the opinion affirmed Barbados' long-standing legal and moral stance on the climate emergency and strengthened the country's position on the global stage. On the international scene, Thailand and Cambodia exchanged fire along their disputed border for a second day on Friday, with more than a dozen people reported killed and more than 100,000 civilians evacuated. Tensions between the Southeast Asian neighbors have been boiling for months over disputed sections of their 500-mile, 800-kilometer land border. Democrated partly by Cambodia's former colonial ruler France, and which runs near several archaeologically significant religious sites that both countries claim. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Antonia Atkinson.
Thank you, Antonia. We now head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports report. And we do apologize for the absence of our sports package. And that's the Midday News package. I'm Kerry-Ann Simpson. Join us at 7 for primetime news. On behalf of the news, sports and production teams, good afternoon.